Hello students, today we will do cells in series combination. Now in chapter 2 we have done capacitor in series and parallel combination. Then in this chapter we did resistors in series and parallel combination. Then we have studied about the cell. Now cells in series, if more than one cell are connected in series, then we call it a battery. So what will be the equivalent EMF of the cell and what will be the equivalent internal resistance of the cells connected in series? So for example, we will take two cells having EMF E1 and E2 having internal resistance R1 and R2. They are connected in series between say point A and C. The cells are connected in helping condition. Helping condition means plus minus plus minus plus minus. So we are taking two cells having EMF E1, E2 connected in helping condition, and internal resistance is R1 and R2 respectively. Consider a point B between these two cells. We know the difference between EMF and the terminal potential difference. So terminal potential difference was the potential difference when the current was drawn from the circuit or from the cell. So when we draw a current, that is a closed circuit condition, the potential difference between the two electrode of cell is called terminal potential difference, and it was less than the EMF, and EMF was defined as the maximum potential difference between the two electrodes of cell when no current is drawn. Now the cells are connected in circuit. The circuit is not drawn completely. It may be connected to an external resistance, say capital R, but we have to deal with these two cells, so we are not completing the circuit. Now in this, from A to C, we have a single path. So let I be the current flowing in the circuit. So actually this circuit is completed. Here we have to connect some external resistance capital R, and the current flowing in the circuit is I. So this is a series combination. Now E1 and E2 are the EMF. We have to find out the potential difference. So if the potential at point A is VA, potential at B point is VB, and potential at C point is VC, the terminal potential difference between point A and B, so VA minus VB, that is the terminal potential difference, and therefore VA is equal to, so this is our terminal potential difference, and terminal potential difference by definition is E1 minus I R1, that we have studied in the previous lectures. So this is the terminal potential difference of cell 1. So terminal potential difference between point B and C, that is VBC, is equal to VB minus VC, and therefore VBC, that is the terminal potential difference, the current is been drawn, so it should be E2 minus IR2. So this is equation number 2. We have to find out the equivalent resistance of the entire circuit. So now the potential difference between point A and C. So potential difference between point A and C that is VAC is equal to VA minus VC. Therefore, VAC is equal to, now this VA minus VC can be written as VA minus VB minus of VB minus VC, sorry, plus sign. So it is VA minus VB plus VB minus VC. So if you check this, it is similar to VA minus VC, or we know that in series combination the potential difference is different. So it is like V1 plus V2. So V1 plus V2. Now simply I have to substitute these two values here. Therefore, or substitute equation 1 and equation 2 in equation number 3. Let this be equation number 3. Therefore, VAC is equal to E1 minus IR1, that is VA minus VB, plus E2 minus IR2. Now let us rearrange this, so it becomes E1 plus E2. We take minus I common here, so minus I R1 plus R2. Let this be an equation number 4. So this is the potential difference between point A and C. Now, if we replace these two cells with another cell of EMF E, keeping this point A and C as fixed, so the equivalent diagram, can be redrawn as, so I connect only one cell, let its value be E equivalent, and the point is A and C. The current flowing through this is I, as we used to do in capacitor and a resistor, where we draw an equivalent diagram in the end and we compare the equation. Now if this is the equivalent diagram of this figure number 1, then I can write VAC, that is a terminal potential difference between point A and C. So that will be equal to E equivalent minus IR equivalent. That is our equation number 5. So if I compare both this equation, so comparing equation 4 and equation 5, we come to this conclusion that E equivalent is equal to E1 plus E2. So if you have a two cell of 2 volt and 3 volt connected in series in a helping condition, then the equivalent is 3 plus 2, say 5 volt. R equivalent. So R equivalent is also the summation of the two individual resistance. So this is equation number 6, this is equation number 7. So this is an simple expression for two cells connected in series. If we have n number of cells, now we discuss about the cases or the points related to this. So we have considered only the two cells for derivation. Now note number 1, if there are n cells connected in series, then E equivalent will be equal to E1 plus E2 plus dash 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 plus En. The subcase of this, if n cells are identical, then E equivalent will be equal to n times E, where E is the EMF of each cell, that is we assume that E1 is equal to E2 is equal to dash dash equal to En is equal to E. So this is N times E. Second, about the equivalent resistance internal. So R equivalent can be R1 plus R2 plus dash 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 plus Rn. For identical cells, so for identical, R is equal to N times R. Now this was the situation when the cells are connected in helping condition. Helping condition means plus minus plus minus plus minus. Now suppose the cells are connected in opposing condition. Opposition condition means plus minus minus plus. This is the situation. Then if this is the situation, assuming E1 is greater than E2, so opposing condition can be written as E1 minus E2. So third point, if two cells are connected in opposing condition, then E equivalent should be equal to E1 minus E2. So minus for E2 depending the magnitude. If we talk about the magnitude, it will be assuming E1 is greater than E2. So I will get E1 minus E2. But you have to remember equivalent resistance. Resistance is the opposition offered to the flow of the current. So that opposition will not be cancelled. Opposition or the resistance are always added where whether the cells are connected in helping condition or whether the cells are connected in the opposing condition, the equivalent resistance are added. And you have to remember this was only about the two cells, not an entire circuit was considered. Otherwise we will see in the numerical there will be an external resistance connected to the cells, number of cells connected in series or parallel combination. So now we move on to the next topic, which is cells in parallel combination. Now let us consider two cells, again EMF E and internal resistance R1 connected in a parallel combination. So again the circuit is incomplete. We have to connect some external resistance to the circuit to complete it. So E1 and E2 are now connected in a parallel combination. Let us name this point as B1 and this point as B2. This point is say A and this point is say C. Now when the two cells are connected in the parallel combination, then the current flowing out from the cell E1 is say I1, and through this the current flowing out from the positive terminal is E2. Both this current will meet at B1 and the resultant current here will be I is equal to I1 plus I2. So we assume that the current flowing out from this cell is say 1 ampere and from this cell it is 2 ampere. So current flowing from point B1 to point A should be the resultant. Charge can neither be created nor destroyed. So I will be equal to I1 plus I2. Then this I1 will flow in the circuit. Here we will connect external resistance and then this current will come at point B2. So the current I flowing in the circuit, when it comes to a point B2, we will see in the coming days B1 and B2 will be called as junction, where the division of the current will take place. Again, the current flowing through or going in from point B2 is I1 in E1 cell and this is I2. So this is the diagram for two cells connected in parallel combination. you have to always derive the equation in the form of E minus IR, because we know the formula for the terminal potential difference. So in the last step, I replaced these two cells with an E equivalent. So I have to always find out the equation in the terms of a terminal potential difference. So theory is very simple. We consider only two cells for our calculation. Again, same theory, E1 and E2 are connected in parallel. Internal resistance is R1 and R2. Then internal resistance is R1 and R2, and I1 and I2 is current drawn from E1 and E2, current drawn from E1 and E2 respectively. So this is how we consider the key points. Now find out the potential difference between, or terminal potential difference between point B1 and B2. So if we see that this both the cells have a common point B1 and B2. Both the cells have a common point B1 and B2. It means the potential difference, or we also know that potential difference in the parallel combination remains same. So the terminal potential difference across E1 and across E2 is same because they have a common point B1 and B2. So for the cell 1, or for cell of EMF E1, I can write terminal potential difference between B1 and B2. Let us give the symbol V is equal to E1 minus IR1. That is equation number 1. So now B1 and B2 is also common for a cell E2. So for cell of EMF E2, terminal potential difference between B1 and B2, that is V is equal to E2 minus IR2. That is equation number 2. So first we find out the terminal potential difference between the 2 points of the cell. Earlier it was point A, B and BC. That was a series combination. So terminal potential difference was different. Here the terminal potential difference is same. Now if we see the diagram, from diagram I can be written as I1 plus I2. That is equation number 3. So that is, we will see in the coming days, it is also a junction rule. It is also a junction rule. So now I1 can be found, here it is I1 and I2. Current is I1 and I2. Now I1 and I2 can be found from this equation, and then we substitute that I1 and I2 in equation number 3. So we have I1 current because the EMF is different, the current flowing out from the cell is different. So equation 1 can be written as, so I can write that step here only. So I1 should be written as E1 minus V1 upon R1. So I would have written this step here itself and give that equation number 1. So separately I am writing it. So now I1 is equal to E1 upon R1 minus V1 upon R2. Let this be equation number 4. So you can directly write, after this equation you can directly write I1 here, give it equation number 1, I2 here, equation number 2, so that we don't have to write it again. Similarly, equation 2 can be written as, so I2 can be written as E2 upon R2 minus V2 upon R2. Let this equation be, this is V only, common potential. So E2 upon R2 minus V upon R2. That is equation number 5. Now I substitute this equation 4 and 5 in equation number 3. So first we find out the terminal potential difference between B1 and B2, which is same for both the cells. Then we find the individual current flowing out from the cell. So that is the individual current we have found. Substituting, so substitute equation 4 and equation 5 in equation number 3. So therefore, I is equal to I1 plus I2. So that is E1 upon R1 minus V upon R1 plus E2 upon R2 minus V upon R2. We have to find out always the terminal potential difference so that we can draw an equivalent diagram. Now if I rearrange this term, I will be written as E1 upon R1 plus E2 upon R2 minus V 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So taking these two terms together, taking minus V common from this term, therefore I is equal to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 upon R1 R2 minus V R2 plus R1 upon R1 R2. So this is a simple calculation. Now I will find out V from this equation. So R1 and R2 is common. So I am writing step by step. You can ignore one or two steps from this. I write this equation as I R1 R2 is equal to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 minus V, say R1 plus R2. So I have taken this common and it is taken on the other side. I have to find out V. So therefore V R1 plus R2 is equal to E1 R2 plus E2 R1. This term is taken to this side. This term will come here. So I R1 plus R2. Therefore V is equal to E1 R2 plus E2 R1 upon, now this is taken to this side in the denominator, minus this is R1 plus R2, here it is R1 R2. So this is taken to this side, I is taken to this side, so R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. So this is the simple mathematical steps. So now what is V? V is a terminal potential difference between E1, that is a terminal potential difference of E1, and it is a terminal potential difference of E2. It is a parallel combination, so they have a common terminal potential difference, though the EMF and the current flowing out from them is different, that is I1 and I2. So this is the terminal potential difference. So let this equation be number 6 or 7, whatever is the number. Now I replace this, I draw the equivalent diagram. So if I replace both this cell, that is with the name E equivalent, now this is my point A, this is my point C. Again the current flowing through this is I, this is I and I, which is I1 plus I2. So now if I have to write the terminal potential difference between these two cells, so terminal potential difference of equivalent diagram that is V is equal to E equivalent minus I R equivalent. Now I compare this equation 6 with equation number 7. So comparing equation 6 and equation 7. So I compare both this equation. So E equivalent can be written as E1 R2 plus E2 R1, that is EMF of one cell, internal of other, plus EMF of second cell, internal of first, divided by total internal. So this is how you can remember the equivalent EMF of two cells connected in parallel combination, and R equivalent is equal to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Now say these are the two cells having two resistance connected in parallel combination. So clearly this is our same equation, 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So equivalent resistance equation remain same because the two resistors are connected in parallel combination. So this is the equivalent EMF and equivalent internal resistance for the two cells connected in a parallel combination. Now if we have more than two cells connected in parallel combination, then we will see that to analyze it, we have a law which will be referred as a Kirchhoff law. So instead of writing E equivalent for n number of cells, yes, this can be easily written 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 dash 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 1 upon Rn. So if you have more than this. But to write a equivalent EMF in the terms of this, we can do this, but it will be more easier to apply the Kirchhoff law or to see the current distribution of the circuit that can be done easily with the help of a Kirchhoff law. So we will do this if there are more than two cells connected in parallel combination. What is their equivalent EMF? Now let us see the situation note. Suppose we have two identical cells. So the first point, two identical cells connected in parallel combination. So we have seen that if there are two cells connected in a series combination, the equivalent was E1 plus E2. Let us check what happens if both the cells are identical. So E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E. Then E equivalent can be written as, now if I substitute this, so if it is equivalent, then R1 is also equal to R2 is equal to R. Then E equivalent can be written as ER plus ER, that is twice ER upon R1 plus R2, that is twice R. So this R and 2 get cancelled. So this is the important property. The EMF remains E, and R equivalent can be easily written as R square upon 2R, that is R by 2. So you have to remember, if there are n identical cells, if there are n identical cells connected in a parallel combination, the equivalent EMF remains same. An example related to the combination of the cell. Now in this example, you have to find out current flowing through external resistance and the internal resistance. Now there are many methods to solve such type of numericals. The EMF of both the battery is same. So according to our theory, if two cells are connected in parallel combination and if they are identical, their EMF remains same. Their EMF remains same. That we know. So here the potential EMF of both the cell is 3 volt. So equivalent is also 3 volt. Internal is 1 ohms. So see, there are two methods. First I will draw the equivalent diagram of this. So the equivalent diagram can be redrawn as this EMF is equal to 3 volt because, so I write this as E equivalent. So both cells are having the same EMF parallel combination. So we have proved that the equivalent does not change, it remains same. Then RR parallel, that is the internal. So internal 1 ohm, that is parallel combination, can be written as 0.5 ohm. External, it can be connected as given, that is equal to say 1 ohm. Let us take this value as 1 ohm. Let this point be A and this point be C. So this is our point A and point C. Now I can apply directly Ohm's law if I say the total current is I in the circuit. So according to Ohm's law, E equivalent is equal to I R equivalent. This implies I is equal to E equivalent upon R equivalent. So I is equal to 3 upon R equivalent of entire circuit. So R is 1 ohm, it is in series with this. So it becomes 1 plus 0.5, that is 3 upon 1.5. So I is equal to 2 ampere. So this is the current. I is equal to 2 ampere. This is the current which is flowing through external resistance. So one is this first answer. Now current flowing through this small r. So if the current flowing through this is say I, that is 2 ampere, then this point the current division take place. That is a division of the current. And so both the cells are identical. So current flowing through this is 1 ampere. Current flowing through this is 1 ampere. So current flowing through external resistance is 2 ampere. Current flowing through small r, or you say current drawn from each cell is 1 ampere. So this is directly the application of the Ohm's law. This is the application of the Ohm's law and the concept of cells connected in series or parallel. Now instead of this, if both the cells, now see, let us say take another method. It is better to apply the Ohm's law if you clearly understand the series and the parallel combination of the cell and the electrical circuit is not complex. If the electrical circuit is not complex. Now let us see this. Another method. Let us say the current flowing out from this is I, current flowing through this is also I. So in this situation, the current flowing through external resistance will become twice I. So instead of equivalent diagram, I take it 2I. I for this, I for this. So the current flowing through external resistance will be capital R. Now always current in the circuit, total current in the circuit. So what will be the total current in the circuit? Total current in the circuit is 2I. The entire circuit have a total current 2I. So total current is equal to total EMF divided by total resistance. This is simply I am writing the Ohm's law. So total current is equal to total EMF divided by total resistance. So what is the total current? Total current in the circuit is 2I. So I write 2I, which is flowing through external resistance. Total EMF, parallel combination, EMF remains same. So it is E. this can be written as summation of E, that is total EMF, and this is total resistance comes out to be R plus summation of small r, that is internal resistance. So total circuit we have to consider. So total EMF remains same. Total resistance. So total resistance will be R plus R by 2. R plus R by 2. So again you came to that same equation, 3 divided by 1 plus 0.5, that is equal to 2 ampere. Now this is your 2I, or you say it is the total current flowing through the circuit or current through external resistance. This is the total current flowing through external resistance. Now what is the current flowing through each cell? So that is I. So I comes out to be 1 ampere. So this is another way. Both have a same concept. It is the Ohm's law only, but sometimes you can directly do orally by using this equation that total current in the circuit should be equal to total EMF divided by total resistance. Now suppose we have a same cells, same internal resistance, but they are now connected in a series combination. Say E is equal to 3 volt, E is equal to 3 volt, both have internal resistance. So one way to draw the internal resistance is draw the resistance, keep it in a box. That is a symbol for a internal resistance. So here this is internal resistance of cell 1, then cell 2, internal resistance R. So E. Now total resistance external is R. Now if it is a series combination, let the current flowing through the circuit is say I. Now I apply this formula, total current. So total current in the circuit is I. Total EMF, summation EMF. So it should be written as twice E for series combination. In series combination, they are in a helping condition. Divided by total resistance, that is capital R, plus if you move in a circuit, all three resistance are in series combination. So I write R plus summation of R. So here summation of R means if it is a parallel combination, you apply the formula for a parallel combination like we did, R by 2. Summation R, if it is a series combination, you simply add up. Otherwise, if it is a parallel, summation R does not mean always R1 plus R2 plus R3. It means total internal resistance. So here it should be R plus, instead of, let us write R small equivalent. So small r equivalent is the proper term and its summation should be there. So here it was parallel, here it is in series. So I will write R plus 2R. Now this is equal to I is equal to 2 into 3 divided by 1 plus 2R, that is 1. So this is equal to 6 divided by 2. So you say the total resistance will be equal to 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm. That is equal to, sorry, this is 2. That is equal to 3 ohms. So 1 plus 2. So current is 2 ampere. Now say the total current flowing through external resistance in this situation is 2 ampere. And here also the current flowing through external resistance comes out to be same. This is how we do the series and the parallel combination. Now here the current flowing through each cell or current drawn from each cell is 1 ampere. But here current drawn is 2 ampere and the current flowing through external or internal, all answer is 2 ampere. Here by chance the values are taken like this. The total current through the external resistance comes out to be 2 ampere and this was current through internal. So in parallel combination the current is divided, but in series combination whether it is external or internal the total current remain same. So this is how we apply the concept of cells in series and parallel. That is a simple circuits. Now there is a situation where the cells are connected in a complicated manner. Now, if the cells are connected in complicated manner with the resistors in complicated ways, so and we don't understand whether they are a series combination or a parallel combination, then it is very easy to find out the current or potential difference in the circuit across any point with the help of the Kirchhoff law that we will see in the coming lectures. Have a nice day.